Whatever you see, right, this is called as one web page. These web page are built using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Okay. Suppose if you are clicking on YouTube, what will happen? View whatever content you are seeing, it is HTML. Suppose now this is the center of the page. Am I correct? It is not left or not right. So this styling is done by CSS. Okay. And if we click on it, what should happen? Those kind of dynamic behavior is added by JavaScript. Okay. If you want to learn Angular, first you should know all these three things: HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So this is called one web page. Okay. And if you click on YouTube and if you are able to see some content, this is called one web page. Okay. So web pages are built using HTML. Okay. Now, if you want to create any HTML file, you will save that file name with .html. Okay. For example, let me create a new one. Let me save it. For this purpose, we will be installing Visual Studio Code, and here you can create any file and you can start working on it. Okay. Understanding, right? And if you want to create any HTML file, right, you will just give the file name and you will give the extension .html. Okay, which means that it's an HTML file. Okay, what is HTML meaning is that HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. Hypertext markup language. And for what purpose we use HTML? Used for the creation of web pages. Okay. In the mobiles, if you see Google, or you will be able to see your mobile screen, right? It's called one web page. You'll click on Amazon or you'll click on Flipkart. It will open up something. It is nothing but a web page. Okay. HTML is used for the creation of these web pages. Okay. Now, how an HTML, what is an HTML element meaning? Okay. HTML element. HTML element means it will always contain something called start tag. Okay. Start tag and some content. Okay. And there will be some end tag. Okay, this is called as an HTML element. For example, if you want to create one paragraph, what will be the start tag means greater than and less than symbol with P. Okay, this is known as start tag and some content. What content you want to show in the web page? For example, hello, I am Anusha. Okay, this is some content, and there should be one end tag. End tag meaning start tag with slash is known as end tag. Okay, whatever we are opening, we should close it. Okay, this is called as start tag, this is called as content, and this is called as end tag. Okay, and HTML page is about all the HTML elements. Any doubt till now? Lata?
No.
Okay. And there will be some structure to write some HTML code. Okay. And that structure, I'll tell you, every HTML document should begin with doc type HTML. Meaning is that you are telling that this document is an HTML5 document. Okay. This document, whatever you are writing, is HTML document. To tell that, you will give this statement doc type HTML. Okay. And every HTML page starts with one root element. Okay. That root HTML element is nothing but HTML, which means that you will tell you are writing some HTML content. In this, there will be some two sections. Okay. One is the header section. Okay. And one is the body section. Header section and one is body section. Whatever you see on web pages, right? For example, if you are seeing this paragraph, if we are seeing this text, okay, whatever you are seeing in the web page, that usually lies in the body. Okay, the visible portion of a web page is created in the body. Okay, for example, if you want to create a paragraph, P, hello, this is Anusha. Okay. Now, if you want to see the web page you have created, right? What you can do, you can just right click on your file. It will it will find where you have saved this file. Okay. And you can just right click. You have some options called open with Google Chrome. Okay. If you just open it, this is your web page. You have created this web page. Okay. And suppose if you want to see what tag you have used for this hello Anusha, you can do it by using developer tools. Okay. You have these three dots here, right? You can click on it. You have something called more tools and the developer tools. You have something, this arrow, right? You can just select it so that it will be in blue color. You can go and check this element. You can see it's a paragraph. Any doubt, anyone? Any doubt? You are seeing, right? There is doc type HTML, and every HTML document is created with HTML root tag. And there are two sections. One is header section and one is the body section. Anything visual portion of a web page lies in the body, and the paragraph P tag is used for the creation of the paragraph. Okay, any doubt?
No doubt, Ramesh.
Suppose if you want to title for your web page, okay, you can give it just in the header section, and you will use one tag called title tag. Okay, and you will get hello, this is Anusha's website. Okay, and you will be able to see this title. Suppose if you are loading it, now what you are seeing, it's like example.html is shown, right? Now I'll just refresh the screen. You can see, hello, this is Anusha's website. Okay, suppose if you want to give some title for your web page, you will do it using the title tag in the header section. But whatever visible portion of the content you want to show in a web page, where you will write it? Visible portion of web page will be lies in within which tags? Visible portion, okay,
Body tag.
body section. Okay, now there are many things. Suppose if you want to create one heading, right, you can do it just by using h1 tag. Okay, and there are 6 types of headings available. H1 is the first heading, which is bigger, which means that looks wise it will be bigger and thick. Okay, for example, Anusha. Okay, and you can see the h1 tag. Okay, you see its size is bigger, right? Compared to the paragraph. Am I correct? And it's even thicker than the paragraph text, boldness wise. Okay, for this purpose, for this thickness and font sizes, you will be using these headings. Okay. She has dropped, maybe network issue. Let us wait for 2 minutes. Meanwhile, I'll tell all the headings. Okay. Now, there are 6 types of headings available. Okay. They are H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, and H6. Okay. And if you look at H2 tag, it will be looks wise smaller than font size will be smaller than H1, and even the thickness. Understanding, right?
I'm not able to see your screen.
What, Lata?
Jansi, Anusha.
Yeah, Jansi.
I'm not able to see.
You're not able to see the screen.
Yeah.
Okay, let me reshare it then. Give me a minute.
Okay.
Are you able to see it now? She has again left. Lata, are you understanding? Lata? Now, are you able to see, Jansi? No?
No.
I think so. It's some network issues from your end.
Yeah.
Let me.
Anusha, Lata.
Yeah, Lata. Tell Lata.
Okay, yeah, I understood, Anusha.
Okay, okay. Jansi, let me reshare it again. Okay. I'm doing the reshare. Are you able to see now? She has again left. Okay, Lata. There are 6 types of headings available. Okay. They are H1 to H6. And let me show all of them to you. Okay, you see, H3 is smaller than H2, H4 is smaller than H3. So the least heading with the small text is H6. Okay.
అనుష ఒకసారి నాకు అది డెవలపర్ది యాక్సెస్ ఉంది కదా ఇందాక నువ్వు ఓపెన్ చేసావు కదా .html
అవును.
ఒకసారి ఓపెన్ చేసి చూపించో ఒక్కసారి.
If you press on control, okay, and if you this is Mac, right? So it will ask you to reveal in Finder. For you, there might be a different option, okay? So it will show the folder where you are saving the file, okay? And from here, what you can do, you can just again right click and you will have an option called open with, okay? You can open with Google Chrome,
ఓకే,
okay? And your web page will be opened.
అక్కడ 3 ఐకాన్స్ ఉన్నాయి కదా అనుష, 3.
So in that, if you open these 3 icons, you have one name called More Tools. Okay. If you go to the More Tools, there will be again something called Developer Tools.
ఓకే ఓకే
If you click on it, this tab will be opened and you have this icon, right? If you just press on it and if you just select the element, it will show the HTML code.
ఓకే
Okay. Jansi, are you able to see my screen now?
No, Anusha.
No or yes?
No, no.
Yeah. Okay. Let me reshare it again, okay? I guess you are in only. I started sharing again. Are you able to see?
Okay, okay. No, Anusha.
Then I'll give some half an hour time. Can you try to make sure that your internet is stable? Yeah, are you able to see me?
Yeah.
You are able to see the screen, right? I'm not able to hear you, Jansi.
Anusha.
You are able to see or not able to see? Can you type in the chat?
I'm able to see, Anusha.
Okay, okay. Now your voice is good. Okay. So these are the H1 to H6 tags available. Okay. And you can just check H1 is bigger and H6 is the smaller. Okay. And let me just show you a different. Suppose if you want to create some link. Okay. Let me talk about link. Okay, you can do it by using the A tag and it's called anchor link. Okay, for example, if you click on something, it will redirect you to some more web pages, right? Those are called as links. Okay, and you can just give this is a link. Okay, let me just save it. Okay, this is a link. Suppose if you click on it, you will be able to redirect to different pages. Okay, now you will give some extra information for this link, like upon clicking where it should redirect to. That information you will provide by using an attribute called href. Okay, you will be assigning some value. For example, you have this URL, right? Suppose if you want this page to be loaded upon the clicking of this anchor link, what you will do, you will just copy this link. Okay, and you will just give href equal to this link. Okay, and if you save it, now you can see, you can refresh. If you click on it, it will redirect to the page whatever you are trying to load. Okay, so for this purpose you use anchor link. And what are HTML attributes meaning is that they used to provide some additional information about the HTML element. Here what additional information they have given? The link details, correct? If you are clicking on the link, where it should redirect to, that extra information is provided using attributes. Okay, and these attributes are always given in the start tag. Let me give it a smaller one. Okay, now you can see, right? So these additional information is given in the start tag. So what is an HTML attributes? They are used to provide some extra information. What is an HTML element? Jansi, Lata.
Yeah, HTML means hypertext markup language.
Open tag, close tag.
What is HTML element means? The starting tag and some content, and the end tag is known as HTML element. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And here the starting tag and some content and the end tag is known as HTML element. What is HTML attribute?
HTML.
Yeah, what is an HTML attribute?
Extra information.
HTML.
They used to provide extra information, okay, about the HTML elements. Here the extra information in case of anchor link is href. You are telling if you are clicking on this link where it should redirect to. Am I correct? Okay, and you are seeing this green color thing, right? So these are known as comments in the HTML. So if you are using the comments, that particular piece of code will not be executed by the browser. For example, if I comment this line, okay, now you can see you will not be able to see the anchor link here. So you can see these green links, right? So the browser thinks it's a waste code and these will not be executed by the browser. And these are called what? Comments. Understood, right?
Yes.
Comments. Okay. And we have some list in the HTML. Okay. Suppose if you go to a hotel, what they will give, they will tell what is the breakfast available. You'll ask, okay, what they'll tell, idli, dosa, vada, sambar, some list of items they will tell. Am I correct? Some list of items. So in order to group those items, we have one tag called we have tags for grouping those elements. Okay, those are ordered list and unordered list. Okay, ordered list meaning is that I'll just show you. Ordered list always uses this ul tag. Sorry, ordered list always uses the tag called ol tag, which refers to ordered list. Okay, in this each item you will indicate with li, which means that it's a list item. Okay, for example, if you give idli, Okay, dosa, vada. Okay, so this list always starts with numbers. Okay, you'll give one idli, two dosa, three. If you want to list by number some group of items, you will be using one tag called OL tag, which is ordered list. Okay, suppose if you are using UL, which means unordered list. Okay, and these will not be sequenced with the numbers. Instead, they will be sequences with the dots. Okay, because uh, we don't want them to be ordered. Instead, we will be using some bullet points. Okay, so these are called list in HTML. Okay, a list can be created using two lists are available. One is ordered list and another is unordered list. For ordered list, you will be using the OL tag. For unordered list, you will be using the UL tag. Okay, and each list item you will indicate with LI tag. And suppose if you are using OL tag, which is ordered list, the list items will be indicated by number by default. Okay, and if you want to list the list items using the UL tag, they will be listed by these bullet points. Okay, this is called as disk. Suppose if you want to change it, okay, you can just give we have one attribute called style attribute. Okay, in this we have one property called list style type, and we can give here whatever parameter we want. If you want to display it in the circle, okay, instead of bullet points with dotted, they will display the circles. Okay, suppose if you give none, okay, nothing will be present before this list items. Any doubt?
No,
Okay. In how many ways we can group the list in HTML?
Two types, unordered list, ordered list.
Okay, which tag is used for ordered list?
Ordered list means
Ordered list
OL.
OL. To indicate each item in the ordered list, what tag will be used?
LI.
LI.
LI tag. Which tag is used for unordered list?
UL.
UL tag. Okay. What is the default for unordered list? Default numbering for unordered list?
Bullet.
Bullets.
Bullets.
Those are called as disk. Okay. Disk. Okay.
Oh.
Suppose what is the default for ordered list? Default numbering.
Alphabets.
Number.
Number.
Default is number. Suppose if you want to change it to alphabets, you need to change it explicitly. Okay.
Oh.
Suppose if you don't want any bullet points to be displayed, what you can do?
None.
Okay.
None.
You can use the style attribute. In that you can give a property list style type and the value as none, so that no bullet points will be applied. Okay. Okay. If you want it circle, then you use that same style attribute, and this is called as property and this is called as value. Okay, this property you will give it as a list style type, and the value you will give it as circle, and you will get the circle points. Okay.
Okay.
And suppose if you want, instead of numbers, you want to give a small a, capital A, like that. Okay, what you will give something called type. Okay, and you will specify small a, which means that it will be starting with small ABC. Okay, and if you want to start them with capital A, and you can just give capital A here. Okay, and they will be started with capital A. Okay, and suppose if you want to start them with Roman numbers, small Roman numbers. Okay, I stands for small Roman numbers. You can select it and you can save it. Okay, and these will starts with small Roman numbers. If you want it with capital Roman numbers, you will just give capital I. Okay, and you can just save it and you can see capital. Any doubts till now?
No, Anusha.
Okay. And there is also one type of list in the HTML. Okay. That is called as description list. So, you know, right? Oh, Jhansi has left. Jhansi, are you able to hear me?
Sure.
Yeah. So we have something called description list. You remember, right? In our childhood, we used to write exams where we used to give one main heading and then one subheading. And for subheading, we will be writing some paragraphs, if you remember. Suppose something, right? If they ask about Charminar, you will give Charminar is the side heading and you will write about some paragraphs regarding that Charminar. Am I correct? So for that kind of listing, you will use one tag called description list. Okay. And it is denoted by DL. DL stands for description list. In that, what I said, we will be giving the subheading, right? That subheading refers to DT, which is the description term. Okay. For example, Charminar. Okay. And if you want to give a description for this Charminar, you will use one tag called DD, which is the description data. Okay. And you will write like it is in Hyderabad, and whatever content you want to write, you can just write it. Okay. Let me just save it and show you. You see, Charminar, it is in Hyderabad, like that. Okay. Suppose if you want to add more description terms, you can do that. This is how you will be creating description list in the HTML. Okay. There are three types. One is ordered, unordered, and description list. Okay. In description list, we have two things, which is description term and the description data. Any doubts, anyone till now? No doubt. Right? Yeah. Suppose if you want to create a table in HTML, right? You will use one tag called table tag. Okay. And in this table tag, you see, right? Everything will be in the rows and columns in the table, right? This is one row and these are some columns. Am I correct? So we always use rows in this table. Okay. And to indicate a row, we use one tag called TR, which means that it's a table row. And you can give headings for your table, and it is denoted by the tag called th. Okay. Here you can give whatever you want. Suppose name, place, age. Okay. And if you just see it, you are able to see, right? Why these are in row?
Because of TR.
Yeah, since we have specified TR, they are in row. Okay. Now you need to give the data for this tables. That also you will give in the form of TRs only. Okay. Row. You will specify date. You will specify the data using TD tag. Okay, which is table data. Okay. You'll give Anusha. Okay. And you'll just specify place and the age. Okay. And you can just give it Guntur and the age 24, like that. Any doubt? Suppose if you want to add one more data into the table, how can you do that?
TR tag is usable.
Yeah, we should use one TR tag. Inside what we will give? TD tag to give the data, and we can give whatever data we want. Jashwant, okay. And from what place? Okay. Suppose Hyderabad. So what happens if you are not giving the third data, it will not be displayed. Any doubt? No doubts, right? Which tag is used for the creation of the table?
Table tag.
To indicate a table row, which tag is used? Which tag is
TR.
used for displaying the table data?
TD.
TD. Okay. Now this much. And suppose if you want to give some stylings for your HTML elements, okay, that styling you can do it in 3 ways. Okay, one thing is called inline styling, which means that directly in the HTML element you will do the styling. For example, you will give one attribute called style. Okay, in that, suppose if you want to change the color of this paragraph, okay, if you want to change the color of the particular text, you will use one property called color. Okay, and you will specify its value color as red. Okay, you will just save it and you can just see this will be in red color. So if you want to apply any styles, right, that can be done by using, wait a second. If you want to apply styles for your page, right, like left, right, this much color, this background color, height, width, everything you will do it using the CSS. Okay, if you want to use the CSS in your HTML, there is 3 ways to use it. One is called inline, one is called internal, and one is called external. So inline means for the same HTML element, you will do the styling in the same HTML element. Okay, you will use one attribute called style attribute. In this, you will specify your styles. Okay, suppose if you want to give some background color for your P element, again, you can just here, after giving color red, you can just specify the semicolon and you can give the next property. For example, background color, you can give it black if you want. Okay, and let me just save it. You are able to see, right? Any doubt till now?
No.
Okay, so this way, if you want to do inline styling, you can use the style attribute. Okay, suppose if you want to do the styling using internal styling, which means that you need to use one tag called style tag. Okay, in this style tag, whatever CSS you want to apply for this HTML page, right, you can specify it here. Okay, you can, there are 3 things to remember here. Okay, in the HTML, in the HTML elements, you will, in the style elements, you will give something called selector, which means that for what you want to apply the style. For example, if it is for H1, you will give it H1. Here H1 is called the selector and you will just display a block. Flower braces is known as a block. Okay, and here whatever CSS property and the value you want to apply, you can do it. Suppose if you want its color to be green. Okay, now you can just give it color green. Okay, let me just save it. Let me just load it. Okay, so this is known as internal styling. Using the style tag is known as internal styling. Suppose if you want to, what is this H1 known as? So the selector. Okay, there will be 3 things. One is selector. Okay, and this curly braces is called declaration block or the block. Flower braces means a block of code meaning. Okay, and here you will specify the property and the value. Okay, so selector, property and value. Selector means to which thing you want to apply the styles. That selector you will give it here, and the properties and the value you will give it here. Okay, now tell me, if I want to apply a background color green for the H3 element, how can I do that?
H3.
Okay, okay, break.
Braces.
Okay,
Color is equal.
I said
colon.
I said I want to change the background color of the H3.
Oh, okay. Basic color. Background color.
Background color
Background.
you will use, and you will use the value green. Okay. and you can just check it. So this will contain the background color green. Now tell me, I don't want to do this internal styling. Instead, I want to do the inline styling for my H3 tag background color green. How can I do that?
Style.
Yeah.
Color.
Yeah, style. Okay, color. Did you specify color or background color? Color is used for what purpose?
H3 text.
If you want to change the text color, you will use the property color. Background color means whatever is behind the content is background color. Okay, you will give the property background color, and what you will give it here? Value. Correct?
Green.
Yeah, green. Okay, and you will just save it. You can see still it's reflecting, right? Even after the refresh. Okay, so this is inline styling, and whatever you have written is called internal styling. Suppose if you want to do external styling, okay, that you can do it by using one tag called link tag. Okay, so what you will do, you will create one CSS file. Okay, for example, you will create one file, and CSS stands for cascading style sheets. Okay, they used to apply styling for your web pages. Simple explanation. Okay, and if you want to save any file, you will do it by using a file name .css. Okay, when we actually prefer CSS file is if you want to write the styles and they were huge. Okay, and it will be very ugly, right? All the CSS here, all the HTML here. Instead, it will look beautiful if the page contains only HTML and the CSS in the CSS file. For that purpose, you will be creating the CSS file. Okay, and so you have created the CSS file, but you should link it to your HTML page, right? Then only it will start working. That linking is done by one tag called link tag. Okay, and this link tag you will specify rel, which means that you are telling its description as style sheet. Okay, and you have one attribute called href. Okay, and you will give the link of your CSS file, which is example.css. Okay, it will just directly link it if both are in same folder. Okay, HTML and CSS file. Now you can see it. Now, if I want to apply some CSS for my H4, okay, I can just do it by using H4 selector here, and I can use some background color and I can give it red. And you can see these styles will get reflected here. Any doubt? Any doubt till now?
External style.
Yeah. Suppose imagine your HTML is some 1,000 lines of code. Okay. And for that you wanted to do the styling, again it will be 1,000 lines of code, which means that in single file you will contain 2,000 lines of code. Okay, for a reader to understand it will be difficult, right? So instead of writing all the code in one file, what you will do, you will create one file called CSS file. Okay, and you will write all your CSS code in this CSS file. Suppose if you want to link this particular CSS to this HTML, that can be done by one tag called link tag, and this link tag is the style sheet, which I am telling, right? CSS means cascading style sheet, and you need to give one attribute called href, where you need to which file you are linking. For example, example.css file is the created, right? This file will be linked to this particular HTML page. Understood, or shall I explain it again? Sorry?
Can you please explain once, Ansha?
Once more, okay. External styling means you will create one CSS file and you will link to it your HTML element. Okay, you will create that file and you will make an extension of .css, and all your CSS you will write it here. For example, how you will write selector and then declaration and property and the value. This is what you have done here in the style tags, right? Am I correct? The same CSS styles you will write in the external CSS file. If you want this CSS file to be applied to your HTML element, okay, you should link it. Otherwise, how this file will know this file is the file which is responsible for linking the CSS? Am I correct?
Yes.
So
Yes,
in
Anusha.
order to link that, you are using one tag called link tag in the header section. Okay. In the header section, you will use one tag called link tag, and you will specify it as a style sheet link, and you will give one property called href, which means that the link of the file name of the CSS which you want to link for this HTML page. What is the file name for the CSS file? What is
Example.css.
that file name you will give it here. That's it. Okay, so by this line, what will happen? These particular CSS will get linked to this HTML page. Suppose if you just comment this line, okay, and you will not see this background color. Understood? Because we haven't linked that particular CSS to this HTML file. Understood, or shall I explain it once more?
Yeah, Anusha. I can understand.
Lata, did you understand?
Understood, Anusha.
Okay. Just give me a moment. I'll be back in a 1 minute. Okay. 1 minute. That's it. Okay. Now tell me how many ways we can style our web page.
3 ways, Anusha.
What are they?
Inline, internal, and external.
What is inline styling?
Mm, to apply the specific text using style tag.
Style tag is internal. Here what you should say it. Attribute, right?
Yeah, okay.
What is inline styling?
Name, value, attribute name, value.
Okay. So if you are applying the styles in the same HTML element using style attribute, it is known as inline styling. Okay. What is internal styling?
Internal styling, we use blacks, property, and value.
First, you should tell internal styling means using style tag in the header section is known as internal styling. Okay. And here you can tell it, you can do it by using selector, property, and value. Okay. What is external styling?
Link tag is used to link the CSS file.
We need to create one external file .css file, and you can link it into this particular HTML by using a link tag. You should place this link tag in the header section, and you can give the href property, href attribute value. Okay, like this you need to tell. Okay, any doubts till now? Now suppose if I am applying the same for the same element, okay, if you are applying 3 types of styling, for example, you are seeing H3, right? Here I have applied inline styling and I have given green. Okay, now what I will do, I will do the internal styling. Okay, and 1 second. Now I will do internal styling. Okay, and now instead of green, I'll give black. Okay, now in the external styling, what I will do for the same H3 element, now I will apply the background color red. You can see for the same tag, we are applying a different background colors. Am I correct? For the same H3 tag, I'm doing a different styling. Here it's green, here it's black, here it's red. Now which color will be applied? Okay, so it will follow the precedence order is first the priority is given for internal inline styling. Okay, then the priority is given for internal styling, and then priority is given for external styling. Okay, now if you load this component, it will apply only inline styling background color, which is green. Okay, H3 tag, right? Now I'll just reload it. You can see it green. Suppose if I remove this inline styling, now which one will be provided? Precedence given, CSS file or internal styling?
Internal.
Internal styling. Now the background color black will be applied. Okay, and even if the CSS is not there, then the external styling comes into picture. Okay, this is the precedence order. First inline is given, then internal is given, then the external is given.
Okay.
Okay. Now, now we have a different ways of styling apart from these tags, using tags. Okay. Now imagine if I want to apply this green color also for H4 tag, how can I do that? Suppose I want to apply background color black for the H4 tag as well. What should I do?
Style.
Okay. Yeah, you can either do inline styling or internal styling. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Suppose if you do internal styling, for example, H4, okay, and background color black. Okay, now what you are doing, you are writing some redundant piece of code. She's left. Okay, we are writing redundant piece of code. Redundant means same code is repeated. Here background color black, here background color black, which means repeated code. Okay, repeated code is known as redundant code. Okay, so in this case, what you can do, you can just give one comma. Okay, and you can specify what tag you want to apply the same style. You can give it. Now, if you just save it, understanding? Suppose if you want to apply for H5 also background color black, then what you can do?
H4 comma H5.
Yeah, you can just give comma and you can specify H5. Okay, and it will get the background color black. Let us wait for her for 2 minutes. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Hi, Lata, able to hear us? Not connected to the audio yet. Yeah, Lata, are you able to hear us now?
Yes, now. Okay.
Yeah, suppose if you want to apply the same color, background color for H4 element, you will write something like this, right? H4 and then braces, and you will give property and value. In this way, we are writing some redundant piece of code, which means that writing repeated code is known as redundant code. Here background color black, here background color black. Instead of writing like this, you can reduce it to one line by just giving comma here, and you can give the H4 tag, and the background color will be applied both for H3 and H4 tag as well. Okay, now if you can see, H3 and H4. Suppose if you want to apply it for H5 tag, what you will do? Lata?
Comma H5
Yeah,
for
you
black.
can just give comma and you will specify H5. And for 3 of the tags, you will be getting the same color. Any doubts till now?
No, Nisha.
Okay. Apart from this, you can give one attribute called ID. Okay. And you can just specify some ID name. Okay. For example, some style is the ID. These IDs, they cannot be applied to all the H1 elements. Okay. This ID name should be unique to this particular H1 tag. IDs meaning, suppose if you are a student who is writing some public exams, right? And you will contain, each person will contain the same hall ticket number. Am I correct? No two persons will have same hall ticket number. Am I correct?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Oh, it's like a hall ticket number. Okay. It should be unique only to that particular element, and it cannot be applied to any other HTML elements. Okay. So for this purpose, you will give one thing called ID and you will specify the name of the ID. Name is whatever wish. Suppose if you want to apply the styles for this particular H1, what you will do, you will just append one hash and you will give the name and you will apply whatever styles you want to do for it. For example, color red. Okay. Now, if you just load it, H1 will be in red color. Okay. Any doubt till now? No. No, right?
Nisha.
And we have one more attribute called class. Okay. Class meaning is that one attribute. Suppose, for example, a group of students in a class means that Prabhu belongs to class A, Kirtana also belongs to class A, Sangeeta also belongs to class A, which means that the class A can be applied for all the members. I am correct? Any members, whoever wants it. Okay. Suppose let me give class equal to some class. Okay. And you will reference the class using dot and you will give the class name and you will give whatever colors you want. For example, color violet. Okay. And you can just do it color violet. Suppose, okay, if you want this class color violet to be applied for other elements as well, what you will do, you will just give class property and you will specify the class name, so that now H6 also will get the same CSS. Okay. Any doubt? Any doubt?
No.
Okay, this is the use of classes and hash. Okay, class you will reference by dot, whereas IDs you will be referenced by hash. Class can be applied to multiple HTML elements, whereas IDs can be applied to only one HTML element. Okay, and we can even apply some border to our HTML element by using one attribute, one property called border, and you can specify, for example, border width. We will give it in form of pixels. Okay, you will just specify 5 is the thickness. Now some border will be applied. Wait a minute. And let me give the border color as well. Okay. So a black color border will be applied around the class, okay, some class, which are H2 and H6. What happened? I cannot apply border for H1. I didn't give border style. Okay. We need to give in which style the border should be there. Suppose if it is dotted means dots will be displayed in the border. Okay. You can see, right, some border and its thickness is 5 pixel and the border color I have given as black. Okay. Since I specified dotted, it will show border in form of dots. Suppose if I give dashed, okay, some dashes will form a border. Okay. Now here dots, now dash. Okay. Suppose if you want a straight line, you can give solid. Okay. A straight line border will be applied. Any doubt?
No, Anusha.
Okay, so this is how you will be doing the borders and styling as well. Till now, till this much content you practice, okay? From tomorrow, I will try to take some extra half-an-hour class and will tell you. Meanwhile, if you are having any doubts, just note it down. We will connect for half-an-hour every day and we will rectify your doubts. Is it fine?
Okay, Anusha.
Or if you want me to tell for some more time, I can do it. But I feel like it will be an overhead for you. That's why I'm asking. If in one day you cannot, take entire thing into your brain, right?
Okay, okay, Anusha. It's enough.
Fine, right? Able to understand, right?
Okay.
Yeah, Anusha.
Now, so how does an HTML document will look like? How will you start an HTML? Yeah, how will you
Start and
Open tag HTML.
how will an HTML page starts with? File basically starts.
doc type HTML.
Yeah, we
Doc type.
will do doc type HTML to indicate that what is the purpose of that line. To tell that it's an HTML.
Document type HTML.
Okay. Then what is the root?
HTML page.
Okay. What is the root element in the HTML file? Every HTML document starts with what root element?
Start with HTML and ending with slash HTML.
So every HTML documents contains the HTML tags. Okay. It is the root element. How many sections will be there in the HTML?
Header, body.
Header section and the body section. Visible portion where you will give it?
Body section.
Okay. And which tag is used for denoting a paragraph?
P.
Paragraph
P, paragraph tag. Which tag is what is an HTML element? What is an HTML element?
Open tag, content, close tag.
Open tag, contents, and some close tag is known as HTML element. What is HTML attributes?
Name, value. Attribute name, value.
Provide some information for the HTML element, correct? Provide some extra information for the HTML element. Am I correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which tag is used for creating an link?
Dot HTML.
No,
Link.
no. Link.
Link tag.
No.
Link.
Which tag is used for the creation of link? Anchor links. A tag, right? A tag is known as anchor link and these are used for creation of the links. What attribute of anchor tag is present?
HR.
href, right? Href. Okay, which tag is used for the creation of list?
LI.
That
LI,
is
yeah, list.
list item. Which tag is used for creation of a list? How many lists are there in HTML?
2 types ఉన్నాయి.
Okay.
Underlined
Unordered.
ordered list,
In
unordered list.
ordered description list, Anusha. 3
Okay.
types.
Which tag is used for defining the unordered list?
Unordered means UL.
UL tag, Anusha.
Which tag is used for the each item in the unordered list?
LI.
LI. Which
LI.
tag is which tag is used for the creation of ordered list?
OL.
OL.
tag.
What is the default numbering for OL?
Default numbering OL అంటే
Numbers.
Numbers 1, 2, 3. Suppose if you want to change it to ABC, what you will do?
టైప్ అని చెప్పి
Type is equal to A.
Capital.
Very good, very good. And if you want, what is the default for unordered list?
default means
Bullets, Anusha.
It's called as disk. Okay. Suppose if you want to change it, how can you do it?
List, property and value list of item is equal circle.
You'll give
Square.
style attribute. In that you will give property as list style type and you will give the value. Correct? Circle or square. Okay. If you don't want, nothing wants to be displayed before the list items, what you will?
hash
Null.
colon
None you will.
Null.
None, not null, none, nothing. Okay.
Okay.
Which tag is used for the creation of table?
Table.
table.
To indicate a table row,
TR.
indicate the table heading.
TH.
To indicate the table data,
TD.
TD tag. Okay.
TD.
And how many kinds of styling you can do?
Inline.
Three way. Inline, internal, external.
What is inline styling?
Property and value.
You need to specify. Styling means style. Okay. Inline styling means using style attribute you need to tell. Using style attribute in the HTML element. What is internal styling?
CSS.
What is internal styling?
Internal
Property and value.
If you are asking about the styles, right, you need to tell about what is that particular style. Using style tag in the header section is known as internal styling, you need to tell. Okay. In this, you can specify the selector, property, and the value. Okay. What is external styling?
Link tag is used to
link
property first.
CSS.
You need to understand the things, then you will be able to put it in the words clearly. Okay. Watch this video once again, you will be able to do it. Okay. Which styling is preferred, is given higher precedence?
Internal.
Inline.
Inline is given the first preference. Then
internal.
External.
External.
Okay. So there is also one tag called BR tag, okay, which is used for defining a line break. Okay. Suppose if you are using this BR tag, okay, you will see one line. Where I have given that line. Hello, some content after that. Maybe this, because of this CSS, it's not visible. Okay, BR tag is basically used for line break. Okay. Suppose if you have some content and you want that content to be printed in the next line, you will be using the BR tag. For example, paragraph you can specify. Okay, and you can use some BR tag here. Okay, so this will be printed in the next line. Able to understand, right? If you want to break the contents, then you can use it using BR tag, which means line break. Okay, if you want to give some horizontal line in your screen, you can do it by using one tag called HR tag. Okay, you can see this horizontal line, right? And there comes HTML elements. Okay, empty HTML elements, meaning HTML elements without content and without end tag are known as empty HTML elements. Okay, here BR tag and HR tag are called as empty HTML elements. Any doubt?
No, Anusha.
Okay.
No.
And if you suppose we will write some poems, right? We'll write something like this, right? In the poems, there will be only 4 to 5 lines and everything will be in the spaces, even in Telugu, correct? Suppose if you expect it to be come in this format, you can see that everything will be written in one line. That is the disadvantage of this paragraph. Okay, in order to achieve this, you use some tag called pre-tag, which will not remove any extra space between the tags and will place the actual content. Okay, for that purpose you will be using some tag called pre-tag. Okay, and we have suppose if you want to make your text bolder, that you can use it by using one tag called B tag. Okay, and you can see yeah. So here if you see hello sum is normal, the content you see, right, it's bolder. So if you want to make some content bolder, you will use one tag called B tag. Okay, and we have some elements called inline elements and block elements. Okay, inline elements and block elements. Block elements meaning they will take the entire width. Okay, for example, you are giving paragraph, you can see it will take the entire width available. Okay, if you just give background color, you will understand. Background color green. Okay, now if you see the content is only till here, but they are taking the entire width, this row. So taking the entire width elements are known as block line elements. Any doubt? Okay, taking the width only sufficient or necessary are known as inline elements. For example, this BR tag. Okay, if you just give style tag and specify background color red, okay, it will take only the necessary width, not the entire width. You are able to understand the difference, right? Understanding, or shall I repeat it again?
What you repeat, Anusha?
Yeah, block line elements means they will take the entire width. Width, you know, no? This is known as width and this is known as height. Am I correct? So block line elements will take the entire width. You can see the content of P tag is only till here, but it took the entire width, right? Am I correct?
Yes, Anusha.
So these are known as block line elements. Inline elements means they will take the width only necessary width they will take. If you see this P tag, okay, it will take this entire background color. But in this, what you have given this B tag, right? It has taken the width only till the content. So this is known as inline elements. Only till the content they has taken the width. Am I correct? But if you see for the paragraph, it has taken the entire width, even if the content is there or not. So these are called block line elements and these are called inline elements. Understood? Any doubts?
Yes, I can. Notes.
Okay. Understood, right? Understood, right? Okay.
Yeah.
And these block line elements, they will always start on a new line. Okay. But this inline elements doesn't start on a new line. Suppose you are telling like this, like you are specifying inside P tag, you have specified the B tag. Okay. And you can see it, does this content started on a new line? No, it's on the same line of the paragraph, right? Are you people understanding or not?
Yeah, I can try.
It is not starting on the new line, it's starting on the same line. Okay. But if you specify this line is right after this 41, right after 41, we have given 42, right? Okay. Even if you paste this in the same line. So these block line elements will always start on the new line. You see, this thing I have pasted directly next to it, but this always starts on a new line. That is the meaning. Block line elements always starts on the new line, whereas inline elements all doesn't start on a new line. Okay, these are the differences. They will take this full width available. They will take the width as much as necessary. Any doubts? Okay, and we have some tags called div tag, which is used for wrapping up of the some data. Okay, suppose if there are some styles and that styles were common, what you can do? So you can use some div tag. Okay, this tag acts as a container for all these elements. Okay, and you can apply single unique style, which will be applied to all these classes. For that purpose, you will be using one tag called div tag. Okay, and there are some elements called semantic HTML elements and non-semantic HTML elements. Semantic HTML elements means HTML element with meaning are called semantic HTML element. For example, if you are specifying P, you are clearly understanding that it's a paragraph. If you are specifying H, you are clearly understanding that it's a heading. If you are specifying table, you are clearly understanding that it's a table tag. So these are known as semantic HTML elements. Non-semantic HTML elements is div tag. If you just say div, are you understanding anything by the name div? No, right?
No.
So those are known as non-semantic HTML elements. Okay. I know it's a too much for one class. Okay. It will be too burden and it will not be interesting to listen as well.
Yes, Anusha.
Okay, can we wind up today and tell you watch the videos and come back tomorrow and you ask me all the doubts, whatever you have in HTML and whatever you are facing in CSS, I will try to explain you. Is it fine? And I suggest you to practice once and ask the doubt. Okay. While practicing, you will understand the things better than while listening. Okay. Jansi, are you there?
Yes. I have a network issue. That's why I have reconnected.
No problem. I'm winding up the today's class because you people will not find it interesting if we tell it too much. Okay, just recap this session and watch the videos and come. If you are having any doubts, you highlight me. I will try to explain half an hour every day. Okay.
Anusha, do you have any document for reference?
You can use this W3 schools.
Okay.
W3 schools, you can go it and you can practice it. Even here, all the practice things will be given. You can just directly practice here. What is an HTML element? What is the tags? Okay. Suppose if you have comments, what are HTML comment? Okay. And you have links. what is HTML link, okay, and classes, okay, IDs, everything you will have. You can practice daily some content. And if you are having any doubts, you can ask me. I will just have a look and I will tell you. Okay. And I will upload this class in the YouTube. You can watch it, okay? Thank you. You can just subscribe so that whenever you get right, you will receive the notification. If I want to tell every day that I have uploaded the video, watch it. I don't feel good. That's why. Okay.
Okay, Anushka.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.